TVJ worker disarmed, shot 4 times. A male employee of Television Jamaica expressed shock on Tuesday after he was shot around 4 times on Tuesday morning in Harborview, St. Andrew, and wished him a speedy recovery. The male employee was said to have been disarmed and shot with his own live firearm by a man believed to be of unsound mind. "We are shocked to hear the news that our colleague was shot. The exact circumstances remain unclear, however. We're happy to learn that he is not dead and is recovering. Our prayers are with him. Our colleague is a very hard worker who is very committed to his duties. We pray for a speedy recovery," a male co-worker told reporters on Tuesday. A female colleague who didn't wish to be named said her first thought upon hearing the news was that she hoped he survived. "I see him on TVJ compound from time to time, and he's always jovial. He works in different department from me, but I fell away when I heard the news. When I found out of the identity of the person, I said to myself that he isn't usually in any conflict with anybody that I know of. He doesn't seem like the type of person who gets into conflict with people. I wish him a speedy recovery. It is just sad that he got caught in a situation like this." The different work groups on WhatsApp, other co-workers are expressing shock, she noted. According to a report from the police, the incident occurred minutes before 9:30 a.m. in the vicinity of the intersection of Michael Manley Boulevard and Seashore Boulevard. The TVJ worker, who is an engineer, was said to have been helping out somebody close to him in trying to locate and apprehend the young man believed to be of unsound mind. The police reported that the young man allegedly experienced a seizure and left his home despite attempts to prevent him from doing so, and his relatives requested the assistance of TVJ employee in locating the victim. The police stated that the young man was located by the TVJ employee, and in an attempt to restrain him, the accused disarmed him of his firearm and shot him multiple times, including in the neck. The TVJ employee was taken to hospital by the police. Assistant Commissioner of Police Michael Phelps, who is commander for the Police Area 4, which covers Kingston and St. Andrew, said on Tuesday that the suspect was captured and the firearm recovered from him. He was taken into police custody and will be treated at the Bellevue Hospital, and the necessary investigative processes will continue, he stated. Police seized gun in Mullines Road murder probe. The St. Andrew South Police have seized a gun in the breakthrough in their investigation into a murder that occurred on Mullines Road in the vicinity of the Washington Boulevard stoplight on Monday. The seizure was made during a search of a motor vehicle linked to the case on Tuesday, a police statement noted. The operation led to the discovery of a 9mm Taurus pistol hidden in the crease of a driver's seat. The firearm was loaded with a magazine containing 17 rounds of ammunition. The deceased has since been identified as 29-year-old Riley, otherwise called Shane, of a Roosevelt Avenue, Marvelly address. St. Andrews South Police reported that Riley was driving along Mullines Road, approaching the stoplight, when gunmen on a motorcycle rode up and opened fire on his gray Toyota Probox. He was shot in the upper body and head, leaving him slumped over the steering wheel while the vehicle was still in motion. Another man standing close by also received gunshot wounds. Both men were rushed to hospital, where Riley was pronounced dead and the other man admitted. The incident caused a major traffic congestion in the area. The police are urging anyone with information that could assist in the investigation to contact Crime Stop at 311, the police emergency number at 119, or the nearest police station. 11 Cocoa Full Basket. Finance Minister defends Probox comment. The Finance Minister sought to defend her comments about being able to save $2,000 towards buying a Probox motor vehicle. The minister came under harsh criticism from sections of society for what was deemed an unrealistic view of the cost of a Probox. Speaking in the lower house yesterday, she closed the budget debate. Mrs. Williams outlined the principles of 11 Cocoa Full Basket. She cautioned against comments that disrespected the Probox.
It is the experience of putting aside something, no matter how small, that still lives on in me. It's not where you begin, it's where you end. Yes. And I want to thank Mr. Vegas and others in social media who understood the message of 1 cocoa full basket. Rome was not built in a day. Take your hand, make fashion, who stood up in social media against the nonsense videos about $2,000 Pro Box. Let me caution the opposition and their supporters about how they talk about Pro Box. Currently, there are 23,423 Pro Box vehicle owners in Jamaica. So be very careful that you don't disrespect Pro Box. Be very careful that you don't disrespect Pro Box, which is made by Toyota, the largest car manufacturer in the world. It is a vehicle that has been around for 20 years and has been a resounding commercial success for Toyota. It is fuel efficient and has very good aftermarket value. So be careful how you speak about Pro Box. It's not where you begin, it's where you end. It's not where you start, it's where you finish.
JLP condemns PNP false, irresponsible and reckless water contamination claims. The Jamaica Labour Party says a claim by the People's National Party Ian Hayes and Just James Clark that water being distributed by the National Water Commission NWC is part of Kingston and St. Andrew is contaminated, is false, irresponsible and reckless. JLP spokesperson Marlon Margon said it is unfortunate that the PNP today repeated what he said was the false allegations, despite a statement from the NWC last week which indicated that the Commission stands behind the integrity, safety and quality of water supply to households across Jamaica. Both Hills and James should be ashamed of themselves, their false statement to present a new law in the politics of desperation, and further confirms that the PNP is willing to attempt to sow panic among the nation on baseless and scrupulous grounds in order to secure perverse political advantage, Morgan said, while calling the PNP and Hayes to cease and desist making the claims. Last Thursday, the NWC asserted that its operations meet the high standards of safety and quality standards and that its water is continuously monitored through testing and is in full compliance with the guidelines established by the Ministry of Health and Wellness and international best practice set by the World Health Organization. The NWC's response came after Clark, a microbiology and food quality lecturer, raised concern about the safety of the water. Clark, who is also chairman of the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Public Health Committee, said he has seen NWC test results for rural areas that showed contamination. Clark said water samples are returning a high number of positive reflux of fecal coliforms, a type of bacteria that indicates the water has been contaminated with feces, which could pose a serious public health concern. In its March 20 statement, the NWC acknowledged that small rural water system can pose challenge due to environmental factors, but it said it pays close attention to potential issues and seeks to address them immediately. Notwithstanding the fact that a number of these facilities are remotely located and only serve a very small segment of the population, for instance, less than 40 customers in Bowden Hills, the NWC is constantly reviewing its infrastructural design and seeking to improve its water supply system where vulnerabilities are identified, the Commission noted. St. James woman accused of leaking indecent photo of another female. A 21-year-old woman has been charged after she allegedly posted indecent photos of another woman on social media. Anisha Murray, otherwise known as Cadian of Towers Hill in St. James, has been charged with malicious communication in relation to a 2-week-long incident which occurred between Friday, February 28 and Saturday, March 15. According to the reports from the Montego Bay Police, the woman discovered that Murray had posted offensive, indecent, and obscene pictures of her on social media. A report was made to the police, and following an investigation, an operation was conducted at Murray's home on Saturday. She was taken into custody and subsequently charged. Her court date is being finalized. To subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.